Welcome, everybody. I'm Devon Duerr here with your July 2023 messages from the angels. The energy right now is very interesting indeed. There are new ideas waiting for you to act upon. Now, maybe you haven't downloaded these ideas or you've recently had these new ideas, and it's important that during the month of July, you are putting action behind them. So what's the first thing that comes to mind? And if you don't know what this is, sit down with that journal and start brainstorming. Ask the angels to give you those downloads and give you that inspiration. It's going to be very important that you have confidence in yourself as you put energy before this, and that you step out into the sunshine and let others see your beautiful divine light. These new ideas are divinely inspired, and it's important you trust you are attracting the happy outcome you desire by putting energy behind the ideas you love. That's how you know they're the right ones, as your heart jumps with joy and excitement at the idea of acting on these new ideas. Before we get started more into the July 2023 angel messages, just a few quick announcements. At the time I am recording this video, I am so excited to announce that my journal, Book of Evidence, Proof Your Angels Are With You, has arrived at the Amazon warehouse, and any moment now, hopefully, will be live on Amazon.com. It isn't quite yet, but you can still get my journal at devonduerr.com as well if you want to have it now. But any moment now, it should be live, and it's got a special package with it. So I encourage you to go check that out and let me know if you have any questions about that. Also, if you're not already a subscriber to my free newsletter, please go to devonduerr.com and sign up. You will get a copy of my free ebook, Is It a Sign? And also you can sign up for my free journaling challenge that helps you deepen your connection with the angels. You get a free downloadable PDF, and you get a message in your email inbox for 5 days that helps you get started. I'll put the link to that directly below in the comments of this video if you want to check that out. A quick reminder, I've temporarily paused my online coffees for the summer so I can have time for more projects, and one of them is the story time I did last week. I'm going to be doing more of those. If you missed that, I did a story time last week about passed away loved ones visiting in your dreams, and some tips around that to know what the difference is between a visitation from a passed away loved one versus you dreaming about the loved one and processing some emotions with that. Also, quick reminder too that I work for SiriusJoy.com, SIRIUS Joy.com, created by Sensei Christopher Witecki. Please go check that out if you want to see more fantastic content for your spiritual journey. It's a fantastic astrology service, spiritual coaching service, and there's daily, weekly, and monthly content, including other shows from me connecting with the angels and sharing angel messages for you. So if you'd like daily content, go check that out. And of course, as always, if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share this video if it resonates with you. I appreciate it so much, and thank you to all of you who are already subscribers. Let's get deeper into the July 2023 messages from the angels. Now, as you know, the way I work with the angels is I always ask for these messages to reach you when it's in your highest interest. So whether you're listening to this now or a year from now, there may be messages for you. I say a prayer of protection, asking that I only connect with God's highest vibrational beings, and the messages be for the highest good of those who come across them. Angels will not tell us what to do. They never want us to give our power away. So because this is a group message, if something does not resonate, leave it behind. It may be for someone else. However, if something does resonate with you, I encourage you to write it down, because hindsight is often the most powerful tool for building trust in your connection with the angels. That's why I encourage you to try my free 5-day journaling challenge on my website to deepen your connection with the angels, because you'll begin to see the signs there. And writing it down is so important, which is why in my most recent story time about passed away loved ones and visitations, if I hadn't been writing down my dreams for several years, I never would have connected the dots between different messages from different passed away loved ones. So it's very fascinating indeed. Now, one of the things the angels want you to know is they see that you have been trying to bring more fun and more playtime into your daily life. You are ready to celebrate your loved ones or a recent success, and you feel like the weight of all the emotions you've been experiencing lately have been weighing you down. You need to get out and play. This is the guidance here. Give yourself permission to have fun. Some of these heavy emotions are rooted in boredom. Maybe you're bored at your current job. Maybe you're bored with your creative projects and they need to be spiced up, or a different approach needs to be taken with them. So find something creative to do every day that is not work related, that is not related to the current creative project where you might be feeling blocked. Bringing that playful energy in will be so valuable to you. Especially, we are here in the Northern Hemisphere in summertime. There's so many opportunities to get out and play. Even if it is simply sitting with a pen and journaling and just doing some simple doodling. I tell people that if you don't know what to put in your journal, no problem. Just open it up and start doodling. Draw hearts and stars and rainbows. Get out your favorite coloring pen set and just color. Create your own scribble and do some intuitive drawing. I've done that so many times. In fact, I should probably share some pictures that I've done in the past because it's another way to tap into that creative side. And just even a few minutes a day of doing that when you wake up in the morning and you're having your coffee or tea and getting ready for your day can really help you set that creative, playful motion and bring into motion and bring in more of that creative energy. One thing that's going on that you may not be aware of is that the angels want you to know you are on the right path right now. So go ahead and start working on making plans for the long term. I know we were saying at the beginning that there's new ideas coming in. So what can you do to start making plans for that, even if you can't take action right this moment? However, it is important you stay highly optimistic and you have a positive attitude about these long-term plans. So just be very, very optimistic when you're making these plans and try not to let your mind say, oh, well, in the past that didn't work, or I know what's going to happen. This is going to not work this time, or that person's going to give me a hard time about it. We want to leave all that behind. We want to make sure we're in a very positive, optimistic place while we're making these plans. The angels also want to commend you because they see how recently you have in the past been struggling over how to make good financial decisions. Maybe you're breaking out of a poverty mindset. Activating the giving and receiving cycle will continue to bring you freedom with this. So a reminder to offer and exchange services with others if you can't offer physical money. This is another way we can get that energy going, creating that giving and receiving cycle and help you break out of any financial worries, whether it's worrying about spending too much or knowing that you do need to go ahead and invest more in something. At the time that you're hearing these messages, the angels want you to know that you need to trust that you are coming to the end of a difficult situation. Things are looking up, and if that's hard to see, then change your perspective a little bit by taking a little day trip. Maybe you can go on an adventure somewhere, maybe explore a museum or a historical site in your area and learn everything there is to know about it. Coming up very soon in the near future, you may find new ways to challenge yourself. What is something you have always wanted to try or learn about? Quick, what's the first thing that came to your mind? Because I'm going to have something about that later. Because at the beginning of these messages, they were talking about some of the emotions that we've been feeling that are so heavy are rooted in boredom. So we want to break out of any of those feelings of boredom or fear by adding skills and knowledge to your repertoire. It doesn't have to be related to your work. Just let your heart guide you. And again, I do have something coming up on that. So what's the first thing that came to mind? Quick, write it down or note it. Now, I want you to know that the angels are really supporting you to step into your power. And every month they will say, okay, here's a good place to look to draw upon personal power. And it's sometimes the same, sometimes it's not. And they're saying this month it's going to come from giving yourself credit for all your hard work and how far you've come. So now we are about halfway through the year. Reflect back on what you've accomplished so far this year and over the past couple of years, despite all these challenges we've seen on the wider world stage. Accept recognition and compliment from others as well, and go ahead and let that boost your confidence. Do not discount yourself on all your hard work. Look around you. It's worth giving yourself credit, and that's going to bring you that personal power. Also notice that you need to surround yourself with people who are like-minded. Maybe there are people who have same ideas as you, or they approach their family life the same way, or their financial security the same way, and that's going to bring a lot of happiness in for you as well. Also, look to see who's finding the magic in little things in life, because that's always the guidance we're getting from angels. Find the romance in life, find the magic in the little things, like watching a hummingbird dance or squirrels play on a tree outside. So that's really important to make sure that you are taking the time to see who you are surrounded by and are they on the same path and mindset as you, and surround yourself with those people. Now, one of the things they know that we are really hoping for is we are hoping that we're going to be able to seek so much joy and contentment in our life by taking action on these new ideas, but we also want to be rewarded for a job well done and the work we've been doing on our spiritual journey towards enlightenment. So remember that advice about your personal power coming from giving yourself credit for a job well done. That credit is going to have to come from within ultimately. And then by the end of this month, ultimately, you are inviting the inflow of abundance through acting on these new ideas mentioned at the beginning of the video, having confidence in yourself, putting energy behind the ideas that inspire you, and giving yourself credit for all your hard work. So that's the overall guidance. Feel free to go back and re-listen to that, but I'm going to go over 3 actions, and then I have something new for you at the end of this video. First of all, right now, go ahead and start sharing your ideas with others, start sharing resources with others, start brainstorming and collaborating with others. This is going to really help you with putting energy behind your new ideas. Now, of course, make sure it's somebody you trust, somebody who's like-minded. Maybe you're just starting off by telling your spouse or your sibling, somebody who you know who's going to support you, but also be willing to forgive others and bring peace into your life and all your relationships so that you can come from a calm place. Remember that guidance about being optimistic with our long-term plans. So that may mean there's some relationships you need to forgive or something with yourself you need to forgive from past mistakes. Now, also coming up very soon, they want you to go ahead and focus on having a positive attitude about your material and financial success. Again, getting out of that poverty mindset, getting out of the this won't work this time mindset. We've got to stay optimistic. Consider letting others help you manage your resources so you can focus on using your own skills and focus on learning those new things that the angels are asking us to add to our repertoire. Maybe outsourcing or hiring a new team member will be an option very soon. So ensure it is a win-win-win situation for all, where you win, they win, and the whole project wins. By the end of the month, a new journey will be about to begin. So that's very exciting. That's why it's important that at the time you're hearing these messages, you're writing down those ideas and you're beginning to put energy behind them, even if all you're doing is just making plans. You will be thinking about initiating these long-term plans by the end of the month. And so go ahead and pay attention to what that is for you and who you can collaborate with. You may feel a calling to take action, but not quite know where to go yet. So remember, you do have that divine support. You can ask the angels for guidance and pay attention to what your heart says about it. We're not doing what we should do. We're doing what our heart wants to do here. Be careful with your expectations, though. Consider all your options carefully and listen to your intuition, but also be willing to be spontaneous if your heart is guiding you to a leap of faith. That's really what this is here. Now, this is the new thing I'm doing for these monthly angel messages, and I'll probably be doing more similar. I am trying to really encourage you to get started journaling, and I know sometimes it's hard to get started. That's why I said maybe we just doodle a little bit. But it is important to get started. So here's a journaling prompt for you, and I'm going to share my answers with you too, so you can get started and maybe it'll give you ideas. And you have all month to answer this. So if all you do right now is write down the journaling prompt, that's still opening the doors to bring in these new ideas. So give yourself credit for that. All right, so the first part of this journaling prompt is, finish this sentence. 3 things my heart would love to try or learn more about are. 3 things my heart would love to try or learn more about are, and I'll share mine with you. I want to start studying more about ancient lost civilizations. I've studied it here and there. I've watched documentaries here and there, but I want to make more time for it. The second thing I want to do is start investigating what it would be like to take my kids to Italy in a year or 2. I know it's a big expense. I know that there's a lot of planning involved, and it makes me a little nervous. I've never done that before. I've never traveled overseas with them, and I've traveled there, but I haven't taken my kids. So I'm going to start investigating that. And then also, I want to learn about this new feature on YouTube where you can have podcasting with it, because many of you have asked me why I don't have this in podcast version. So I'm going to try to spend a little time every day learning that too. So those are the 3 things my heart would love to try or learn more about. And then the second part of this journaling prompt, finish this sentence. One thing I can do this month to begin putting energy behind these ideas is one thing I can do this month to begin putting energy behind these ideas are, depending if you're going to do more than one. I was going to say, watch those documentaries, research guided tours for families, and then watch those tutorials on YouTube about the podcast. So I know it seems really obvious, but I just want to give you an idea that if you sit down and you're feeling like, I want to start journaling, I want to deepen my spiritual connection with the angels, but I don't know what to do, you don't have to do it all at once. It can be in small baby steps, and anything you could do to bring creativity into your day every day and let yourself feel like you're playing, let your heart play, will be good. All right, well, thank you so much for being here. It is always my honor to share these messages with you. Please let me know in the comments if these messages resonated with you, if you have any questions. And as always, if it resonated with you, please share these messages with others. It helps my channel to grow. I'm hoping to have another story time for you very soon. Thank you for being here as always. And until next time, remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.